friends, and welcome to Pajama Prayers. It's really good to have you with me tonight. And you are going to be so happy that you are watching, because tonight we have something special on our show. We usually begin our show with hidden pictures, but tonight we have a surprise video for you. Watch. And now it's time for... Is that for real? Did you know Japan is an island country on the eastern edge of the continent of Asia? It is made up of 4 main islands and nearly 4,000 small ones as well. Some people think Japan looks like a dragon. Take a close look at this map of Japan. What do you think? The national flag of Japan is a rectangular white banner wearing a crimson-red circle at its center. This flag is officially called the Flag of the Sun. The capital city of Japan is Tokyo. There are many things that make Japan's capital unique to other capital cities. And at the top of this list is the cleanliness. Bet you didn't know that Tokyo is so clean to the point where it almost looks brand new. Not one scrap of rubbish is found on the pathways or dropped as litter. There are 2 main faiths in Japan: Shintoism and Buddhism. 69% practice Shintoism and 67.7% Buddhism. Only 1.5% practice Christianity. If you are doing the math, of course you will come up with over 100%, but that's because some citizens practice more than one faith. Now here's a fascinating fact. Almost 4/5 of Japan is covered with mountains. The Japanese Alps runs down the center of the largest island, Honshu. The highest is Mount Fuji, a cone-shaped volcano considered sacred by many Japanese. And just in case you're thinking of moving there, you should know that Japan can be a dangerous place. This is because 3 tectonic plates that form Earth's crust meet nearby and often move against each other, causing earthquakes. More than 1,000 earthquakes hit Japan every year. Japan also has about 200 volcanoes, 60 of which are active. This may come as a surprise. In Japan at Christmas, families gather to eat a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's a national tradition. And a few more surprising facts. Did you know an inventor from Japan dreamed up and built the original Nintendo Entertainment System in 1983? Bet you're glad for that. Also, square watermelons are common in Japan, but they're essentially ornamental and are often very expensive, with prices as high as about $100. I think I might try my hand at growing some square watermelons. I mean, how hard can it be, right? The number 4, 4, and the number 9, 9, are considered unlucky numbers in Japanese, but the number 7 is considered lucky because it's an important number in Buddhism. 8 is also considered to be a lucky number because of its shape. And take a look here at some of the most amazing Japanese inventions. Karaoke. Did you know the Japanese actually invented karaoke? And for those of you who have problems putting a medication directly into the eye, Japanese eye drop glasses will do all the work for you. The muscle shirt. No need to spend your time in the gym to look fit. Thanks to this shirt, you can look like a bodybuilder in no time. The head support. A pillow in the shape of an arm that can be used to avoid neck pain and prevent your head from falling down just in case you accidentally fall asleep. They also invented a face trainer. It looks like a torture device, but it's actually made to train your facial muscles. And my favorite, a scream jar. For anyone who has occasional temper tantrums, the scream jar is perfect for stress release. It silences even the loudest scream. And what about the most popular sport played in Japan, you ask? The answer may surprise you. The most popular sport in Japan is baseball. Hungry but can't communicate in Japanese? Don't know what to order? Plastic food displays in Japan have you covered. Plastic food dishes are placed casually out the front of the restaurant or lined up in the shop windows. There's even a plastic recreation of every cake and every cookie available in specialty confectionery shops too. Sushi is one of the best-known Japanese foods around the world. It is offered in a variety of ways. Sushi usually refers to a pressed vinegared rice with a piece of raw fish on top. And it's generally eaten with ginger, soy sauce, and wasabi. It's typically eaten with chopsticks, but it can also be eaten directly with your hands. Oh, and you'll love this. The Japanese spider crab has the largest leg span of any arthropod in the world, reaching up to 12 feet long, and though it can weigh as much as 41 pounds, its body is actually only 15 inches long. One notable fact, they're carnivorous. They have been known to chop off human fingers with their claws. Now here's an interesting fact. Approximately 160 different species of wild animals and 700 species of birds can be found in Japan. This includes the deer, flying squirrels, wildcats, bears, and snow monkeys. Finally, and this is my favorite, the Japanese language has only 48 sounds, making it relatively easy to learn and speak. But learning to write Japanese is quite a task. That's because there are 3 different styles of writing their symbols. Now that's something that will make you wonder. Is that for real? Aren't you glad you were watching tonight? I knew you would love that. So many things that I had no idea about Japan. Oh my goodness. It did have me saying, is that for real? They were so unbelievable. We're going to move on to our story. Tonight's story is titled Win or Lose, I Love You. Win or lose, I love you. Come on, Max, hurry, Lulu called as she pulled the heavy wagon. Do you own anything that we aren't carrying to the forest today, Lulu? Max asked. Today is field day competition to choose the leaders of the forest, Lulu explained. We have so many fun games for the animals to play, and we get to be the judges. But, she warned with a serious look on her face, we might have to help them. The winners will be doing happy dances, but the losers might be sad, and maybe even a little mad. At the tall, tall tree just past the very merry berry bushes, Lulu and Max found an itty-bitty bear and a great big chipmunk, a masked rabbit, a long-eared raccoon, a furry goose, and a feathered coyote. Lulu, Max said, the animals are all mixed up. Well, that just means it's time for the costume contest, Lulu giggled. Lulu and Max took a careful look at each costume before making a decision. Coyote wins with his clever wings, Lulu finally announced. I won, Coyote yelled. I'm the best. Mwah, Goose wailed. I have the best wings. My wings are real. Goosey sat on a stump and cried while the other animals tried to cheer her up. Uh-oh, Max said. You were right. Goosey is being a poor loser. And Coyote's being a poor winner. Lulu jumped into action. Now everyone remember, you may not win, but you must try. Sometimes you'll lose, but there's no need to cry. Win or lose, one thing that's true, no matter what, I love you. Just then, Bear rushed up, nodding his head. Congratulations, he told Coyote. Then he turned to Goosey. Your beautiful wings inspired Coyote to make his costume. Isn't that super? Lulu gave every animal a beautiful stick that she had decorated. It's time for the stick toss, she announced. Oh, I love my stick, Lulu, Bear said. I want to keep it forever. Thanks, Bear, Lulu grinned. 1, 2, 3, throw! Well, the stick sailed through the air and landed thunk, thunk, thunk on the other side of the meadow. Max ran over with his tape measure. Raccoon wins, he cried. Time to set up for the obstacle course, Lulu announced. Raccoon, since you won the stick toss, would you please pick up the sticks? Do I have to? Raccoon whined. Don't worry, I'll help, Bear told him. Now I understand why we brought all this stuff, Max said as he and Lulu went to work. But when do we get to eat those pies? The last event is a pie tasting contest, Lulu said. Well, I can't wait to try Bear's pie. He's the best baker in the forest. When the obstacle course was ready, the animals lined up. Oh, I'm definitely going to win, Coyote bragged. I'm the fastest animal in the forest. On your mark, Lulu called. And I've been practicing for weeks, Coyote boasted. Get set, said Max. Well, there's nobody faster than, Coyote continued. Go, Max and Lulu yelled together. Zoom! All the animals raced off, leaving Coyote behind. Wait! No fair! Coyote cried. I wasn't ready. Go, Coyote, hurry, Lulu urged him. Coyote scrambled to catch up. He passed Bear at the hula hoop loop, Chipmunk at the tinsel tunnel, and Rabbit at the raised rock. Only Goosey was still ahead of him. Coyote pushed forward with all his might, but it was too late. Goosey crossed the finish line and won the race. Goosey wins! Hooray! Lulu cheered. No! Coyote howled. I wanted to win! And he stomped over to the pie table and he kicked it as hard as he could. The pies spattered all over the meadow, turning into a sticky, icky mess. And worst of all, there wasn't a single very merry berry pie left for the pie tasting contest. Oh, Coyote, Lulu said sadly, what have you done? Coyote hung his head. No one knew what to say until Bear stepped forward. We can clean this mess, he announced. We'll get some water and soap. I have sponges in my burrow, Rabbit chimed in. Well, that's just what we need, Bear said. Soon clouds of bubbles filled the air as everyone worked together, and all the animals were laughing and having fun, except for one. Lulu found Coyote in the clearing all by himself. It's okay to lose, you know, Lulu began. Sometimes you'll lose. Other times you'll win. What matters the most is how you treat your friends. I ruined field day, Coyote said miserably. I'm the worst animal in the forest. Lulu hugged him. Coyote, you behaved badly, but you aren't bad. What can you do to make things better? Well, Coyote knew just what he needed to do. Coyote took a deep breath and walked over to the animals. "I'm sorry for taking the fun out of field day," he said. "I wanted to win so badly that I forgot how to be a good sport and a good friend." "I was a poor sport too," Goosey said. "I'm sorry." Bear, Coyote said. "You were so excited about the pie tasting contest. I'm sorry I ruined it." Bear smiled. "Oh, I forgive you, Coyote. We don't have any pies left, but we can still have a picnic." As the animals munched on the very merry berries Lulu brought, Rabbit asked, "Who will be the leader of the forest?" Coyote, Raccoon, and Goosey all tied. "Well, I guess the judges will have to choose," Chipmunk said. "A leader's job is to make things better," Lulu said. And even though others won contests, Bear made field day better for everyone. He worked hard all day long. He was kind and encouraging, friendly to everyone, and forgiving, Coyote added. Lulu and Max bent their heads together and spoke so quietly that no one could hear them. At last, it was time for the big announcement. Bear, we think you should be the leader of the forest." "Me?" Bear gasped in amazement. When all the animals cheered, it was clear that they agreed. "Oh, thanks, everybody," Bear said. A lot of responsibility comes with winning and with losing, and especially with being a leader. I promise I'll always do my best. Now who wants to watch the sunset from Tall Tree?" We do, everyone cried. As the animals climbed the tall tree, they turned Lulu's lesson into a song and sang together. "You may not win, but you must try. Sometimes you'll lose, but there's no need to cry. Win or lose, one thing that's true, no matter what, I love you." The end. Have you ever been in a contest and you wanted to win so badly and then you didn't? Boys and girls, I know it's disappointing, but I hope you were a good loser. And remember to be happy for the person that won and tell them that you're happy for them. Well, we've reached the end of our show and we are all out of time. I'm glad you joined me tonight, and I hope you will join us again next Saturday night. And until then, turn to someone there with you and say, "You are worth more than you know, capable of more than you think, and loved more than you can imagine." Good night.